Perl Tutorial Part 24. Basic regular expressions. Regular expressions provide a lot of useful methods that we can apply to text and numbers to format them or to match or to check them. I'd like to show you first of all the M modifier. Now let's create a string. Here is a string. If string equals contains the modifier, the basic format is like so. Now we want to see if the string equals here is a string, and we want to do this case insensitively, so we put an I in here. Now no matter how the user may type it, we want to match whether it actually says this. Print it's okay, so if this string equals here is a string, no matter how it's written, case insensitively, with using this M modifier, then it will print it's a match, else it won't print anything. It's a match. So that function will match case insensitively, so very useful. We can use the substitution modifier to substitute perhaps one word for another in a string. So applied to the same string above, let's string equals substitute the word here for the word there, no matter what the case is, and let's print out our new string. So using the substitution modifier, it will substitute the word here for the word there, no matter what kind of case it is, case insensitive, so the I. Let's print that. Okay, so we have there is a string instead of here is a string. Now onto the translation modifier. This will translate something in a string, perhaps a letter, to perhaps another letter. So let's create a new string. String I see the road. Say string equals the translation modifier. Translate all the R's in that string to T's and print out the string. I see the road, so it now says I see the toad. Here's something real good that the substitution modifier can do. So here's a string. We can say string substitution. That's the basic form. Now obviously there's lots of O's here, so we can say O plus any more than one O, we're going to substitute it for two O's, and we're going to do this globally, not just once but for every O. And let's run this. Perl is cool. Now perhaps if this said Perl is hot, we just want one O, so we'd change it to this. So Perl is hot. Say if a user is giving you their phone number or some kind of number and you want to check whether they've actually entered a number. So we can say if number so we use the D to check for numbers. Print number. So this function here will check whether this is a number. The D function here. So let's run this. Okay, it's a number. So for example, if this wasn't a number, it doesn't print anything. Okay, so Perl is really good at matching letters as well. So let's just take this block and modify it a bit. Let's say letters equals ABC. Now, what we have to do is create something called a character class. So it looks like this. And then okay, so basically if our word or the letters or the string contains only characters A to Z, either in capitals or in non-capitals, then we'll print found only letters. So if your name was R2 D2 perhaps, it would not find only letters, so it hasn't printed that out. So finally I'd like to show you a nifty little function that will remove leading white space or trailing white space from a string, which is really useful because users can type in anything into search boxes, into forms, into anything. So first of all, to remove the leading white space, this function substitute will remove any leading white space. Now, removing trailing white space looks slightly different. Looks like so. So now if we print out our strings, they'll be without the leading and trailing white space. Leading white space is gone, and you'll just have to believe that the trailing white space is gone.